Namaskar and welcome to Sunset Television. I am Vishal Dahiya and you're watching our show House Highlights, where we bring you details of the developments of the day in both houses of parliament. Let's begin with the headlines first. COVID pandemic deaths lowest in India. 46 crore Indians have got both vaccine doses. Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia says decisions on booster dose and vaccination of children will be based on scientific advice. Decries the attempts to play politics over oxygen shortage. Delhi Special Police Establishment Amendment Bill 2011 and Central Vigilance Commission Amendment Bill 2021 introduced in the Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha discusses the company's Amendment Bill 2019. Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu urges government and opposition benches to resolve the issue of suspensions. Leader of the House, Piyush Goyal, says government can consider the matter only if the MPs involved express regret for their acts of indiscipline. And Lok Sabha Speaker congratulates members for making Thursday the most productive day in the history of the lower house. 96 MPs took part in the discussion, spanning 11 hours and 3 minutes on COVID-19 pandemic, registering a productivity of 204%. Let's now take a look at what transpired in the lower house, that is Lok Sabha, on Friday. Minister of State in the PMO, Dr. Jitendra Singh, introduced Central Vigilance Commission Amendment Bill 2021 in the Lok Sabha. Congress leader Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary opposed the bill, stating that the statement of objects of the bill lacks clarity. His party colleague Shashi Tharoor and RSP member N.K. Premchandran said the bill contravenes several provisions of the Indian Constitution. Seeking to allay the apprehensions of the opposition members, Jitendra Singh said the earlier laws only fixed a minimum limit on the tenures of directors of CBI and ED. Let's listen into the discussion.
It is not confusing as was being mentioned by Adhir Da. It looks confusing because we have not actually had enough time to deliberate on the motion. I will give you a number of such observations. Rather, extensions were happening. I'm not going to name the officers today. If pressed, I'll name them. I have the entire list with me in the course of discussion. With the year. Because we'll talk in the discussion, no? This is introduction. This is introduction. करेंगे ना? फिर उस बार क्या बात करेंगे? सारी बात आज ही हो गई तो discussion क्या करेंगे? Because you are going to repeat what you said today in the discussion. I will not. I will go beyond this. We are rather streamlining this. Yes. So that is one part. Yeah. And then saying कि ordinance क्यों आया? क्षमा कीजिए, जिस तरह से पिछले सत्र में हाउस चला है, चला नहीं चला, चलेगा नहीं चलेगा, तो क्या सरकार काम करना बंद कर देगी?
Sir, I just wanted to agree with my two colleagues who already spoken, but add briefly 4 quick points. First, sir, the Article 123 of the Constitution says that selective ordinance-making powers must be exercised, and yet these bills have been brought in through the ordinance route. Second, sir, Articles 141 and 144 of the Constitution provide for all civil and judicial authorities to act in aid of the Supreme Court. But the Supreme Court, in the recent case of Common Cause versus the Union of India, stated that extension of tenure granted to officers who have attained the age of superannuation should be done only in rare and exceptional cases.
What is the reason by which this bill is being brought into the House, or this bill is being introduced in the House? You have to explain to us. Is the statement of objects? Is it the reason by which you are going to extend a particular officer up to 5 years? Number one. And number two, sir, number two is a legislation should be with a bona fide intention. That is all the Kaval and Sector 6. This is lacking bona fide intent in this legislation, as rightly Adhir Da and other honorable learned members have already cited that this is with a mala fide intention to protect the interest of a particular officer who is having good terms with the government.
What is the great necessity? What is the greatness about this directive?
That he has to be
given extension up to 5 years to fulfill the political aims of the government. Now, if you see, sir, the appointment of officers of Directorate Enforcement
कानूनी
is governed
प्रक्रिया
by...
पे सवाल
Sir,
उठाओ।
एक second. Central Vigilance Commission Act 2003, Clause D of Section 25 of the said Act says that a Director of Enforcement shall continue to hold office for a period of not less than 2 years from the date on which he assumes office. Now, the present Director is sought to be given extension up to 5 years so that he can pursue the vindictive cases which the government has lodged against opposition.
Dr. Shashi Tharoor ji.
This is against all principles.
I oppose the introduction of the government bill, namely the Central Vigilance Commission Amendment Bill 2021. The bill states that the tenure of the director may be extended by up to 1 year at a time till the completion of 5 years from the initial appointment. Such extension may be granted in public interest. Sir, the provision itself is made to avoid favoritism and malpractice, and such extension are against the spirit of the probability and fairness, and chances of undue influence in subversion of justice are possible. Hence, I oppose this bill, sir.
Dr. Jitendra Singh also introduced the Delhi Special Police Establishment Amendment Bill 2021 in the Lok Sabha. The bill replaces 2 ordinances that were brought in on 14th of November this year, amending the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act 1946. They provide extension of the tenure of CVC and CBI directors by up to 1 year at a time till the completion of 5 years from the initial appointment.
केवल इतना कहना है अध्यक्ष महोदय कि बार बार वो पैरेट इन केज की बात आ रही है, शायद ये भूल गए कि वो यूपीए सरकार को लेकर के कहा गया था। अब वो तोता आजाद हो गया था, 2014 से वो तोता आजाद कर दिया गया। और दूसरी बात ये कि जैसे प्रेमचंद्रन जी ने अभी ये कहा कि क्या इस तरह से यूएनओ में है, उसकी विस्तार में मैं चर्चा में बात करूंगा, बट the FATF 8 clause says the law enforcement authorities and prosecutorial authorities should have adequate financial, human and technical resources. Countries should have in place processes to ensure that the staff of these authorities maintain high professional standards, including standards concerning confidentiality. And what is that? We'll talk in detail because I don't want to now delay the introduction. But in the interest of maintaining confidentiality, also keeping in mind the international ramifications, this is being done. In fact, again and again it is being said that there is a leverage to give an extension which is unlimited. It's not so. The amendment brings in that it's going to be limited to 5 years, which was not earlier. And the existing clause says that the minimum is 2 years. So we have actually streamlined it. We'll go in detail after when we go for the consideration of the bill.
Several members cutting across party lines also took part in this discussion. Let's listen in.
In the case of Vineet Naran and others versus Union of India, the Supreme Court ruled in 1998 that the CBI director shall serve for a minimum 2 years, and sir, ekdam last May, regardless of the date of his superannuation. This would ensure that an officer who is qualified in every way is not overlooked simply because he has fewer than 2 years till he retires from his position. तो ये क्या माने रखता है?
I would like to ask a specific question to the Honorable Minister. Whether the United Nations, whether the Convention or the intergovernmental organization under the United Nations has anything spoke about the extending the tenure of a particular officer. Nothing to do with the statement of aims and objections. Once again, I would like to repeat, the statement of aims and objections is contradicting the provisions of the bill and it is lacking bona fide.
Sir, such a committee and the composition and the definition of terms such as public interest, which is undefined, will pave way for excessive executive interference into the agency's independent functioning. Point number 2, sir, the bill proposes to extend the term of the CBI director 1 year at a time for a maximum of 3 extensions. So such piecemeal extensions will cause the individual's loyalty to lie with the executive and not in serving the truth. So for the interest of protecting the independence and integrity of the CBI agency, for protecting the autonomy, I oppose the introduction of this bill, which is an overreach by the executive to ensure that the CBI is accountable to the executive instead of being accountable to the people of India. Thank you.
The Lok Sabha on Thursday created history by conducting its most productive day. The House registered productivity of 204% on the day when 96 MPs took part in a discussion under Rule 193 on COVID-19 pandemic. The discussion went on for over 11 hours and 3 minutes.
माननीय सदस्यगण, कल कोविड-19 जैसे गंभीर विषय पर सदन ने गंभीर चिंतन किया, मनन किया। देर रात्रि तक 12:20 तक सदन चला। मैं सभी माननीय सदस्यों को धन्यवाद देता हूं, जिन्होंने देर रात्रि तक बैठकर इस चर्चा में सहभागिता निभाई। करीब 11 घंटे इस विषय पर चर्चा चली। इस सकारात्मक चर्चा और संवाद के लिए और हमारे जनप्रतिनिधि कितनी अपनी जनता के लिए चिंतित रहते हैं और किस तरीके से कोविड के समय उन्होंने इस गंभीर महामारी में होने के बाद भी जनता के बीच में रहकर सभी सामाजिक संस्थाओं सभी को लेकर काम किया। इसके लिए मैं सभी माननीय सदस्यों को धन्यवाद देता हूं, क्योंकि देश की ये लोकतांत्रिक संस्था, यहाँ के संदेश नीचे तक की संस्थाओं में जाता है। जितना जनप्रतिनिधि सामाजिक काम करेगा, सामाजिक दायित्व निभाएगा, उतना ही सकारात्मक वातावरण जनप्रतिनिधि के प्रति बनेगा। कल की प्रोडक्टिविटी लगभग 200% रही, जो आज तक में इतिहास रही है।
On the World Disability Day, Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla recalled the achievements of people with disability in various fields. He saluted their indomitable spirit and courage.
दिसंबर 2021 का दिन पूरे विश्व में दिव्यांग दिवस के रूप में मनाया जाता है। ये दिन हमें दिव्यांगों से जुड़े विभिन्न विषयों तथा उनके समाजता जीवन में समान अवसर उपलब्ध कराने के हमारे संकल्प को दोहराने का दिन है। आज के दिन हम अपने दिव्यांग बंधुओं द्वारा जीवन के विभिन्न क्षेत्रों में प्राप्त की गई विशेष उपलब्धियों को याद करके उनकी अदम्य इच्छा शक्ति और साहस को नमन करते हैं। और अभी हमने वर्तमान में ओलंपिक में हमारे दिव्यांगों का जिस तरीके का खेल प्रदर्शन देखा है, इसके लिए पूरा देश गर्व करता है। इस अवसर पर मैं अपनी तरफ से तथा पूरे सदन की ओर से सभी दिव्यांग बंधुओं को हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं देता हूं।
A decision on booster dose and COVID jabs for children will be taken on the basis of scientific guidance. Health Minister Mansukh Lal Mandaviya said this on Friday in Lok Sabha. Replying to an 11-hour-long debate on the COVID-19 pandemic, Mandaviya said RT-PCR tests have been conducted on 16,000 passengers from at-risk countries, of whom 18 have tested positive for COVID-19.
28 नवंबर को रिवाइज्ड एडवाइजरी ऑफ इंटरनेशनल ट्रैवल जारी की गई और 1 दिसंबर को लागू भी हो चुकी है। और जिन देशों में ओमिक्रॉन वेरिएंट पाया गया, ऐसे देशों को एट रिस्क श्रेणी में रखा गया है। इस दिशा निर्देश के तहत ऐसे एट रिस्क देशों से आने वाले सभी यात्रियों को उनके पास 72 घंटे अंदर की नेगेटिव RT-PCR रिपोर्ट होनी जरूरी कर दी गई है।
The minister added that 79 crore got the first dose of COVID-19, while 6 crore have got both the doses.
सबको वैक्सीन, मुफ्त वैक्सीन, इस महामंत्र के साथ आज 125 करोड़ से ज्यादा डोज लग चुके हैं। देश में 18 साल से अधिक आयु वाली जनसंख्या लगभग 94 करोड़ है, जो कि कोविड वैक्सीन लेने के लिए योग्य है, जिसमें से 79 करोड़ लोग को कोविड वैक्सीन का प्रथम डोज लग चुका है, जो कि दुनिया का सबसे ज्यादा फर्स्ट डोज है। साथ ही में 46.38 करोड़ से ज्यादा लोग पूरी तरह से वैक्सीनेटेड हो चुके हैं।
During the debate on Thursday, several members flagged the issue of booster doses and expressed concern over the new variant of the virus, at least 2 cases of which were confirmed. Members cutting across party lines took part in the discussion. Let's listen in.
केंद्र सरकार राज्य सरकार में समन्वय होना चाहिए। अभी ओमिक्रॉन कई लोग बोलते हैं ओमिक्रॉन आ चुका है दिल्ली के नजदीक, मुंबई के नजदीक। कई लोग बोल रहे हैं, स्वास्थ्य मंत्री बोल रहे हैं अभी तक भारत देश में उसका आगमन नहीं हुआ है। लेकिन एक गाइडलाइन ऐसी स्पष्ट होनी चाहिए कि केंद्र सरकार के स्वास्थ्य मंत्रालय द्वारा जो निर्देश दिए जाएंगे उसे फॉलो करना होगा।
हमें जानकारी मिली है अल्फा बीटा गामा डेल्टा जो सबसे खतरनाक जो वेरिएंट है उसका नाम है ये ओमिक्रॉन, जिसकी इन्फेक्टिविटी काफी हाई है, जिनकी आरओ वैल्यू 2.0 है। द प्रीवियस वेरिएंट डेल्टा व्हिच क्रिएटेड हैवॉक इन इंडिया had a 1.64 RO value. Hence, scientists advise extreme caution against Omicron as they are uncertain about its impact. This is also notable being in mind the low impact of previous variants, including Delta in Africa.
जहां डॉक्टर्स को श्रेय देता हूं, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को श्रेय देता हूं, जहां पर हमारे जो स्वास्थ्य कर्मचारी हैं उनको श्रेय देता हूं, मैं इस हाउस में और राज्य की विधानसभाओं में जो हमारे जनप्रतिनिधि हैं, चाहे वो किसी भी दल के हैं, उन्होंने भी अपने अपने क्षेत्र में कोरोना को लेकर सराहनीय कार्य किए हैं।
Let's take a short break here, and on the other side, we'll take a look at what happened in the Rajya Sabha on Friday. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Let's now take a look at the proceedings in the upper house on Friday. Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu complimented members for a productive pre-lunch session. The upper house took up 17 zero-hour mentions and 5 special mentions in this period.
माननीय सदस्यों, आपने देखा होगा आज 17 जीरो-आवर मेंशन और 5 स्पेशल मेंशंस ने हमने दिया। कारण क्योंकि आप सब लोगों ने सहयोग दिया और सदन में शांति रहा, इसलिए मेरा अनुरोध है सबको मौका मिला और बाकी लोगों को भी मौका मिलेंगे। आने वाले दिनों में भी ऐसी हाउस को चलाए और अच्छा नाम कमाए।
Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu once again urged the government and the opposition to find a way to resolve the issue of suspension of the 12 upper house members. The House had passed a resolution moved by the government on Monday to suspend the members for unruly behavior on the last day of the previous monsoon session.
I would like to bring the kind notice of honorable members that LOP was allowed to speak for 5 minutes.
Chairman,
at the start of zero hour on November 30th with regard to suspension of the members of the parliament. This is for record. It is there in the proceedings of the House. I have got all respect for the leader of the opposition, is a senior parliamentarian, and I hope that all of us will work together to resolve the issues, if any. And also I suggest to the leader of the House as well as leader of the opposition and other leaders also, sit together, discuss, and then find a way out for the smooth functioning of the House.
Referring to the issue of suspensions, Leader of the House in Rajya Sabha, Piyush Goyal, said by their conduct, the suspended members had lowered the dignity of the House and showed disrespect to the chair. The government has maintained that it will reconsider the suspensions if the members express their regret over the actions.
Sir, the kind of provocative statements that are being made by the leaders of some of the political parties or opposition parties whose members were part of the ugly scenes we saw in the House, and the behavior of the honorable members outside the House, even these last few days, the way the leaders of the parties have been saying that maafi kis baat ki, as if they endorse all the attack on the marshals and the unruly scenes in the House. After that, we would like to understand from you, sir, what does the opposition expect from us?
Nothing will go on record. Nothing will go on record.
I
have permitted the leader of the House.
I was approached by certain members of the opposition. I said, I'm happy to meet everybody, but broad parameters should be that at least the least courtesy the chair and the nation require is an apology. They say, no, we cannot apologize. I showed instances in the past where you and I have apologized, sir, on very minor things. But they feel that what they have done is legitimate and very noble. And in these circumstances, what do we talk to the opposition?
The Companies Amendment Bill 2019 was discussed in the Upper House on Friday. BJP MP Dr. Vinay P. Sahasrabudhe said legislation proposes to use 25% of CSR funding for the maintenance of historic monuments. He added that the ASI, National Monuments Authority, and other such agencies do not have the resources to maintain monuments.
स्थिति को और अधिक अच्छा करने के लिए जो आवश्यक संसाधन जुटाने की जरूरत है, उस संदर्भ में ये कंपनी कानून में और परिवर्तन का बिल मैंने सदन के सम्मुख लाया है। ये बिल ये कहता है कि जो CSR एक्ट आया था 2013 में, उसमें प्रावधान है कि 2% आपको CSR के रूप में, कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी के रूप में आपको व्यय करना होगा समाज के लिए। उस 2% का 25% हमने ये सजेस्ट किया है, हमने ये सुझाव दिया है, हमने ये आग्रह रखा है इस बिल के माध्यम से कि वो हमारी ऐतिहासिक संपदा जो है, विरासत जो है, उसके रखरखाव में और उसके विकास के लिए उसको उपयोग में लाया जाए।
Congress MP Jairam Ramesh questioned the introduction of CSR, saying that the idea was to benefit local communities. YSRC MP V. Vijay Reddy supported the bill.
Cultural monuments and historical monuments in the local areas, I have no problem. But very often, these factories, these companies are located in areas where there are no monuments. There is little heritage. So it makes no sense to pass a law which says that 25% of the 2% CSR must be reserved for monument protection.
सेगमेंटेशन की बात करी जा रही है 2% ऑफ एवरेज प्रॉफिट से CSR के माध्यम से जो रिसोर्सेस आएंगे उससे जो प्रोटेक्टेड मॉन्यूमेंट्स हैं, जो आर्कियोलॉजिकल साइट्स हैं, जो हमारे देश की संपत्ति, धरोहर और संस्कृति का एक अभिन्न हिस्सा है, उस हिस्से को और मजबूती मिलेगी और वह हिस्सा और जीवित हो पाएगा। ये एक उत्तम विषय है।
Whether there has to be a budgetary allocation or funds are to be remitted through CSR is only a subject matter of discussion. But funds have to be spent, they are to be protected. Therefore, I rise to support this bill.
Several private member bills were introduced in the Upper House on Friday. MP V. Vijay Sai Reddy of the YSR Congress Party moved a bill to increase punishment for desecration of religious sites from 2 years to 20 years. DMK MP Thiruchi Shiva's bill seeks reservation for women in employment. BJP MP KJ Alphonse sought to introduce a bill that amends the preamble of the Constitution. RJD MP Manoj Kumar Jha and MDMK's Waiko held protests over this. Deputy Chairman Harivansh reserved the decision and said that the House will decide on it at a later date. Congress member KTS Tulsi introduced a bill to amend the 10th schedule of the Constitution to prescribe a limit of 3 months to decide complaints against legislators under the anti-defection law. Besides zero-hour mentions, the Upper House also took up special mentions. Member Kirori Lal Meena demanded a legislation for population control, while member Fauzia Khan demanded age relaxation for civil service examination aspirants in the wake of COVID-19 pandemic.
जनसंख्या विस्फोट के कारण बहन बेटियों के समान अधिकार और सम्मान नहीं मिलता है। कठोर और प्रभावी जनसंख्या नियंत्रण के बिना स्वस्थ और आत्मनिर्भर भारत अभियान का सफल होना मुश्किल है। सबको बराबरी का दर्जा मिले, विशेषकर बेटियों को बराबरी का दर्जा मिले, बेटियां स्वस्थ रहें, बेटियां सम्मान सहित जिंदगी जिएं तथा बेटियां पढ़ें और आगे बढ़ें। इसके लिए समान शिक्षा, समान नागरिक संहिता के तरह चीन की तर्ज पर देश में एक कठोर और प्रभावी जनसंख्या नियंत्रण कानून लाया जाए।
Has expressed sympathy towards these aggrieved students who have missed out on the opportunity to give the examinations due to extraordinary circumstances. In view of this context, this House urges upon the government to take the following steps, sir. Number one, to provide a 2-year relaxation for those students who were age barred in the year 2020. And number two, to additionally provide 2 extra attempts for those students whose attempts were exhausted in the year 2020, sir.
Thank you.
Whose names have since been recommended by the state government of Odisha for inclusion in the SC list of Odisha. Since 1978, proposals for inclusion of different castes communities are being submitted to the Government of India at different points of time for inclusion in the SC list of Odisha. After inclusion and rejection, at present, 4 such proposals are pending with government.
आलू प्रसंस्करणों को बढ़ावा देने के लिए हाल ही में विभिन्न पहल करने के लिए मैं सरकार को धन्यवाद देता हूं, लेकिन ये पहल कुछ छोटे राज्यों तक ही सीमित है। अधिक उत्पादन और आलू की कीमतों में गिरावट की वास्तविक समस्या उत्तर प्रदेश राज्य में सबसे अधिक चिंताजनक है, जहां आलू का लगभग 30% उत्पादन होता है, जिसके लिए राज्य में और अधिक आलू प्रसंस्करण संयंत्र स्थापित करने की तत्काल आवश्यकता है।
During the zero hour in Upper House on Friday, member Sushil Kumar Modi demanded regulation of the online gaming industry. Member Shiv Pratap Shukla sought an increase in the income limit for the economically weaker sections, and member Sonal Mansingh called for filling up top slots in the Culture Ministry to make the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav more effective.
After Corona and before Corona also, the important posts in so many of the art institutions under the Ministry of Culture, they are headless. Sir, in this year and the last year, somehow the artists have pulled on, becoming Amazon and all this, carriers of home deliveries. Sir, it is time through you, sir, I want to request the government and the Ministry of Culture.
Please.
So I'm just saying that my request is that the post should be filled up as soon as possible ASAP, sir. Thank you.
गेमिंग है, ये बहुत बड़ा एडिक्शन बनता जा रहा है। इसलिए I would like to highlight that this sector, like the crypto industry, certainly has a regulatory lacuna. So I would urge the government of India that uniform tax for online gaming, number one. And number two, I ask the government to make a comprehensive framework of regulation for online gaming. अगर कोई इस प्रकार का रेगुलेशन बनता है, नहीं तो इस देश के करोड़ों बच्चों को हम ऑनलाइन गेमिंग की आदत से रोक नहीं पाएंगे।
जो EWS श्रेणी में आए हैं, उन्हीं को इसका लाभ मिल पा रहा है, नौकरी इत्यादि भी उन्हीं को मिल पा रही है। उससे जरा भी ऊपर होते हैं तो उनको नौकरी भी नहीं मिल पाती है। महंगाई एवं आय को देखते हुए 2.5 लाख की सीमा होने पर काफ़ी लोग EWS स्कीम का लाभ नहीं ले पा रहा था। मैं सरकार से आग्रह करना चाहता हूं कि आर्थिक रूप से कमजोर वर्ग की आय सीमा को 2.5 लाख से बढ़ा करके और अधिक किया जाए।
All of us know that poor internet connectivity affects all the government schemes, and largely, sir, the education sector is hugely affected because of this, particularly in a year when we are rolling out the NEP, particularly, sir, when the COVID pandemic has hit the education sector so badly and children have to depend on online education. Sir, how will the tribal children of KBK districts and across the country, sir, generally continue their education if this kind of attitude by the telecom service providers continue?
According to the HN Veterinary Department Government of Mizoram report, the African swine fever spread throughout the state of Mizoram, covering 271 villages in all 11 districts. According to the department reports, 29,800 pigs have died due to ASF, and 10,380 pigs have been killed due to suspected infections of ASF during these 2 years.
That's all we have in this edition of House Highlights. We'll come back again on Monday with the details of the proceedings in both houses, that is Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Till then, keep watching Sunset Television. Thank you.